Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. This is for the week of March 19th, 2020. The current character challenge is Injustice 2 Aquaman, and that is a 1-week repeat. The required characters for this are a little bit interesting. It's Red Sun, Arkham, and Batman are the three. So for Red Sun, you can get in the booster pack or as the challenge, but Red Sun hasn't been in the challenge
for more than a year.
Yeah, for all of 2019.
For all of 2019 and 2020.
At least, yeah. And then you need any Arkham character and then any Batman character who you can get as gold for both of them, because obviously you can get an Arkham Batman character.
You can do it one.
Yeah.
Arkham Origins Batman would satisfy both.
Mm-hmm.
So the Red Sun one, because if you don't have Red Sun, it's too rare a drop in the gold pack to get one of the original Red Sun Superman, Wonder Woman, or Solomon Grundy.
Yeah.
So you're better off just buying it out if you don't have a Justice 2 Aquaman and unlocking him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The passive is Atlantean Tactics, which is when Aquaman does any special, he rinses any damage over time off him and puts it on his opponent with the effect doubled. Stats are 1400 attack and 1400 health. So, good high stats.
Yeah, he's excellent. He's another great high stat card, just like last week's Injustice 2 Superman. In fact, in some ways in theory, he's sort of a little bit better because you take the total 2800 worth of stats, you put more. He's more loaded towards damage. But last week's Injustice 2 Superman, he's got the passive that boosts his damage and his health, so Superman's actually technically better.
Yeah.
Aquaman last available August 2019, so not that long ago. He is an excellent counter to any damage over time, especially Arkham Knight Catwoman's damage over time, which normally doesn't rinse. He can rinse it by throwing it back at her, doubled.
Yeah.
So I want to link to a fight. This is one of my favorites. I'm amazed that we caught it like this, because you have to have sort of perfect circumstances, because the AI normally doesn't do a special one if he's got 2 bars of power. So this is a special situation where he didn't have 2 bars of power, but he did 2 successive special ones in a row. So
yeah.
He did a special one. We flipped it back on him. He did a special one back on us. And then we flipped it back to Injustice 2 Superman, who tags in. Apologies because the audio is out of sync, but the link is in the eye in the top right corner and in the description. And when Superman tags in, he blocks it. So instead of cracking open his shield, he takes the damage over time.
Yeah.
And it bleeds him out like he's a stuck pig. It just comes.
Yeah, it's a pretty spectacular video, so we'll have that there. And so that's the main reason that he's the Aquaman that we chose for our Justice League team. Any Aquaman could be used on that team, but the ability to rinse damage over time makes it doesn't always matter, obviously, because you're not always facing people with damage over time.
Right.
But when it does, it's pretty spectacular, and it totally does change the way that you play when you have that opportunity to reflect it back and double the damage.
Yeah.
This week's multiplayer reward is Riddler's Cane, which becomes Riddler's Staff. The effects when it is maxed out is 35% max health increase, 15% bonus XP bonus to team, and the evolved ability, which goes up to 21% chance to blink against Special 1. Last available in September of 2019, so this is the 24th in a row that matches the previous multiplayer rewards pattern. If next week is Suicide Squad Joker Unhinged, that would be 25 in a row.
So, yeah, all right, so this Riddler's gear, it's a little bit broken.
And not in a good way.
Yeah. So, I don't play it enough, and we don't have anybody who needs the experience anymore, but a lot of people were having problems with it, not giving the extra experience, or only giving it to the card in the first slot. And if you look at... So, it's questionable whether that works. If you look at the other abilities, so the max health increase, it's okay. It's a defensive ability.
Yeah.
You can get that kind of health increase from other gears. The blink on Special 1 is potentially interesting.
It was better when it first came out.
Right, but once Tantu Totem came out, it's obsolete, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so...
And the thing about it is it's not a high enough chance, and it's also just...
It doesn't do anything else.
Yeah, and it's defensive, so you have to actually get hit by the Special 1,
right.
And then take a almost 80% chance of just having it go through.
Right.
If it was like 70%, it might be good.
So let's say you look at other characters' passives that dodge special ones, or just specials in general. Wally West, Dawn of Justice, Batman, both of them not only dodge it if they dodge it, but they inflict some damage. So Batman will stun. Wally West doesn't stun, but does way more damage. If we didn't have these other points of comparison, maybe it wouldn't seem so bad, but we do.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, I'm going to go out on a limb here and predict or maybe hope that this is not going to be, next week is not going to be 25 in a row, only because of this. Suicide Squad Joker Unhinged, which is based on the previous pattern, going to be the next reward.
Yeah.
It came out at the end of September 2019, and it was the week before the Joker movie released on October 4th. So what I'm thinking is that the Joker was the interruption in the schedule, and that's what caused it to go again.
Yeah.
Because the next one was Overpowered Super, which was the beginning of the repeating schedule, the current repeating schedule if you were on iOS. But if you're on Android, it's the week of Flashpoint Aquaman that was the start.
Okay.
So either way, we're hoping it doesn't keep going, because if it does, it means that we'll have a repeating schedule that completely misses Tantu Totem, Necron's Scythe, Claw of Horus, and Arkham Origins Deadshot.
Yeah, which is not awful for us. It's just for newer players that would
Right.
not be good at all, especially because, Tantu Totem is necessary. And, all legendary gear are interesting in one way or another, worth finding where you can use them if you choose to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. In the store, we have Batgirl for $24.99 Canadian, and so that is a pack that comes with both Batgirl and 100,000 power credits. Still not worth it. It's one copy. They won't unlock in your store. It's probably what next week's challenge is. It's never a 100% hit rate. Every once in a while they break from it, but in all likelihood it is.
So what's interesting I'm going to say about this in terms of the price, if that's $20 American, right, then just the exchange rate, because it's fixed in the code, it's going to get way better right now because of the coronavirus. The Canadian dollar is worth less than 70. It's like $1.50 now.
Yeah.
To get or $1.40, like a high $1.40. So it's dropped less than 70 cents to the U.S. So the U.S. dollar it costs less than 70 cents to buy $1 Canadian dollar.
Yeah, which is, not great for us. But I guess if you're, for some reason, paying Canadian prices on the store and converting them, then that would be good for you.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much, I think, the only circumstance in which it would be.
Yeah.
So probably not actually helping anybody. We also have the Most Wanted pack for 53 Canadian. It comes with 3 cards, and there's a chance of, and an 8% chance of each of these, Arkham Knight Batgirl, Black Knight Martian Manhunter, Rebirth Jessica Cruz, Shazam, and Teen Titans Raven, and then they have the 60% chance of something else.
Some other gold. So you know that 60% is not divisible by 8, so there's someone that's, it's going to be either more or less likely.
Yeah.
And so we've got another link to a video that we did before. I mean, this was from back in June 2018, so, it may not be as applicable. We did it.
Yeah, the chances might be rebalanced.
Right. But before it started costing cash, and it was only 600,000 power credits. And here's the thing, the description is the same, and so are the listed percentages, but we also know that they don't always update their descriptions properly.
Yeah.
So back then, the other characters were Killing Joke Joker, Regime Superman, Arkham Knight Harley Quinn, Teen Titans Cyborg, Arkham Origins Batman, and just the regular Batman. So in the 100 packs that we opened, Teen Titans Cyborg and Regime Superman were the most common. And the next most common that was still significantly more common than the other ones was Killing Joke Joker. So it wouldn't surprise me if either all the unnamed cards are 10% each, or that a few of the unwanted ones, and when I say unwanted, I'm talking about Cyborg and Regime Superman and maybe Killing Joke Joker, are maybe 12%. So 3% of the other ones, and then 12% for those what turned out to be most common for us.
Yeah. So perhaps. No way to know for sure.
Yeah, and we're not going to be doing a pack opening with money now.
Yeah, because people don't care enough.
Yeah,
and that would be so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Survivor, we have the League of Assassins gear, and that is there until the 25th of March, 2020. We also have Phantom Zone back for 2 weeks. Fight 62 is still broken.
Yep, and last weekend's breakthrough was Deadshot, Wonder Woman, and Static, which means that based on the schedule that hasn't changed since it established itself, it's going to be Zatanna, Flash, and Solomon Grundy. And we'll link in the description Reddit thread started by Devlin 2016 that goes over the complete breakthrough cycle. Just remember the part where he's got a gap, that there actually is no gap there. He didn't miss a week. It actually just goes straight to the weeks that are listed.
Moving on to the current glitches, just remember that every working glitch is explained in a video as part of the playlist that you can reach by clicking the eye in the top right corner of this video, and that is the most up-to-date version of whatever glitches we think are working and not working. It's always important to remember that. It's been especially important in the past little while, not this week specifically, but in the past little while where things have been changing. And so those people who thought something changed and then checked in would find that our playlist is updated first, even if it's not, Thursday.
Right. So currently there is no working glitch for credits that we're willing to endorse. We talk about this in more detail in a previous season of our Q&A, which used to be called P&Q and C and A and T, season 6, episode 9. And the main point there is that the glitch that people are using for power credits requires 2 devices logged simultaneously into one account. And for us, the risk is too high for having your account suspended.
Yeah. In terms of other stuff you can't do, getting repeated past multiplayer season rewards. You can't get early multiplayer season rewards, or at least not on purpose in a way that you can exploit. Nothing to get through the Phantom Zone quickly. And you cannot get free energy without having to watch the video. Because there's no button for it in the first place.
To watch the video, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we get to working glitches. So the glitch to let you play Phantom Zone repeatedly is still working, and that goes hand in hand with the glitch to reset the challenge, which has been confirmed to be working on Injustice 2 Aquaman. They require Google Play Cloud Save. They do both at the same time, so just keep that in mind. If you've got progress in one that you don't want to give up, don't reset the other.
Yep. We've cut and pasted a comment from Jonathan Yang on how to reset the challenge on an iOS device that we've had confirmation from at least one person, I think a couple people, that it is effective. So you can check that out.
Paste it in the description, yeah.
Yeah. The breakthrough glitch, let you play it repeatedly, is still working, and we have something else in the description from a viewer with a solution if you're having trouble playing the extra breakthroughs. We can't confirm whether or not it works since we're not having the same problem, but you can go ahead and check that out if you are.
Right. So the airplane mode the airplane mode / refund glitch is still working. It's good for packs with random drops, also known as loot boxes, and last laugh tickets. And it does not work when you need to be connected to the internet to do stuff, which is our long way of saying that we cannot get it to work for the last Crystal and Phantom Zone. Mm-hmm. People on iOS have been saying that it does. It may look like it does on Android. It definitely does not, because it will try to show you other things, but if you look in your collection, it doesn't actually change it.
Yeah. Time shifting still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. As always, turn your clock back to normal before you finish mucking around.
Right. And so that leaves us with the last glitch that's neither a working glitch and not a patched not working glitch.
Yeah.
It's the promotion glitch where you can promote characters that are still locked. The conditions have not been right since 2.14. Conditions are probably never coming back again. But being the pedants that we are, we have not removed it because it hasn't ever failed us yet when the conditions were right.
Yeah. And we only have one last thing that we need to do, which is thank everybody who supports us on Patreon. So that's a huge thank you to people like Console Peasant and Edwoon, who are supporting us at the top tier last word. Mohammed Albshaiti at the Your Message Here tier. Shawn Farrell, Daniel Simonson, Aaron Maule, Michael DeVries, and Brandon C., who are supporting us on the credited level, and not to mention Chris Wolff and Scarlet Enby at the gratitude level. So thanks so much for your support. Thanks so much to all of you for watching. We'll see you next time. Komoda!